San Francisco from Istanbul. On September 1st, 2017, while visiting Istanbul with my three friends Fethi, Farah, and Mubera, we went to visit the neighborhood of Kuzguncuk and sat down to eat at Corvino Cafe. There, I met Chala, a waitress at the cafe who was working there for the summer. We stayed in contact, and then a year later, on September 21st, 2018, I caught a flight to San Francisco where she was touring the US with her two friends from Turkey, starring Chala, my Turkish friend, who just completed her work and travel program in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Shada, Chala's friend, and Gamze, Chala's neighbor. We started our trip in Belmont, California, and would go into the city to visit the Golden Gate Bridge. Hey Chala!
Hello!
How are you?
With my hair? Okay.
What's your friends' names?
Shada and Gamze.
Alright, great. We have to walk about 10 minutes down this road and we take a bus that goes northbound.
Okay.
So we're almost to San Francisco.
Yes.
The first thing we'll do is visit the Golden Gate.
Yeah, we're so excited. Hope you like it.
Yeah, I hope so. It should be nice. Upon arrival into the city, it was colder than expected, so we had to go buy hoodies to keep warm. It's a little cold in San Francisco, huh?
Yeah. It was surprise for us.
Yeah, right. So we'll try to get to the Golden Gate now.
Yes.
Good. The first sightseeing stop was the old architecture of San Francisco, like this building which reminded them of the Flatiron Building in New York. So how many minutes until the bus?
4 or 12.
So 4 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. With a name like Chala, Americans had a hard time pronouncing it. What happens when you go to Starbucks?
When I go to Starbucks, I'm always saying Kagla. Actually, my name is Chala, but if I say them Chala, they can't write it. So I should say Kagla. If I say Kagla, they're writing so correctly.
Oh, okay.
But you know, Kagla, it sounds like a... No.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah, but when I say Chala, they were like generally... Can you say again?
If you spelled it phonetically, it would be Chala. They say it quicker, right?
Yes, it's like a Chala. It's normally Chala. It's more slower, but when I wrote my nickname, they're saying Chala. Hey, brother, Chala.
That's funny.
It's like yeah.
How did your parents choose that name?
My mother heard it from radio,
Oh, okay.
and she loved it. And you know what does it mean in Turkey?
No.
It's mean green almonds.
Really?
Yeah. It's so funny. So I'm fruit.
Oh.
I'm kind of fruit. Like an apple.
We were finally making it to the Golden Gate Bridge, which was half obscured by fog.
Oh my god.
We're finally making it here.
We are really tourists. Look at that.
In the chilly, cool autumn weather, Seda posed for some photo shots. And then it was time to review the photos to see which ones were the best. And then it was Chala's turn. So she's a good model, yeah?
Look bad.
Then it was portrait time with the famous bridge in the background. Alright, so we made it to the Golden Gate Bridge here in San Francisco. Nice to see you.
Yeah, hello.
So this is the iconic landmark for California.
Exactly.
Nice to meet you here.
Nice to meet you.
California.
Yeah. From Turkey to California.
Yeah, that's
right.
Second country.
Yeah.
Curious what the third country will be.
This will be different.
Yeah. After visiting the Golden Gate Bridge, it was time to go back on the bus and try to find a good restaurant to have dinner. So we'll get off at the next stop.
Yeah, next stop is last stop.
And where will we go?
Actually, I want to eat Thai food.
Yeah?
The girls.
Did you see a Thai restaurant?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
can walk there. It's not far.
Okay, good.
We getting some health things.
Yeah, okay.
Not
Better than McDonald's.
yeah.
So here we are at the Thai restaurant called the Old Same Thai Restaurant. So you're teaching her how to use chopsticks?
Yeah, let's try.
Alright. Your food is still coming. After an enjoyable Thai dinner as a healthier option than going to McDonald's, we ended our day tour of San Francisco, having visited a few buildings and the Golden Gate Bridge. Stay tuned for more adventures.